Hey, this is Mateo Lane.
I'm Emma Willman.
And this is Inside the Closet.
Inside the Closet. And we're back. Another episode.
I feel better.
You look better.
I had to take probiotics.
I wish that I'm happy that people didn't witness you dying. But you looked so increasingly sick. Last week it was like you started out with some color and then I've never seen someone's health disintegrate so quickly.
It's really quickly.
You
Yeah.
must be your body's like very sensitive.
I'm so sensitive. As a matter of fact, I'm so sensitive that my friend Patty, who was on this show, and Bob were both like, yeah, well, you're really sensitive. And I was like, okay. Like, I thought I've grown out of that sensitivity, but I think I am, like, overly sensitive. And I think physically and emotionally.
Yeah, I was going to say physically and emotionally.
Yeah, like, if one thing happens to me physically, I'm like, well, that's it.
Right.
I'll be doing this from my deathbed. You'll be visiting me in the hospital.
Yeah, it could have
Children's
been
Memorial Hospital.
It could have been your facial expression too, but all the color went out of your skin.
I was sick. I
Yeah.
was legit sick, and I think it's because I taken antibiotics the week before because I was
no
sick,
good.
and I didn't take probiotics, and so
Yep.
my stomach was killing me. And so of course I call my mom because Italian moms know everything. She's like, probiotics.
She's correct.
But I paid $50 for some
that's right.
probiotic, but it worked.
I love how Italian moms know stuff and they stay up on the times. Because probiotics
they know everything.
have been in the past 2 years. That's like where probiotic gut health has gotten its heat. But Italian moms I'd say Italian moms, maybe also Jewish moms. My mom's a little behind on the times, but she knows.
What was your, if you were sick and you were a kid, what was your mom?
First
First of all, did you lie to get sick and not go to school?
Sometimes, but I could only
because I did it a lot.
I could only really pull that over on my dad because I lived after my parents got divorced. They had a really bad divorce. My dad cheated on my mom, and then it came out that he had cheated on her a bunch of times. My sister lived with my mom, and then I split time between my mom and my dad. And
Why didn't your sister go to your dad's?
She hated him. She was
She's
upset.
younger?
She's younger. She was angry at him for having an affair.
And you weren't angry?
I wasn't angry in the same way. She was so pissed.
I'm telling you, Emma, you are for your whole life, you've been a 45-year-old midtown businessman.
Yeah, it's 100%. I was like, I get it. Bitches be tripping. Even my mom. These ladies are crazy. I mean, and the first woman that he had an affair with that he brought around was this woman, Carol, who I have jokes about because I say that she was a little person. And the truth
Was she really a little person?
The truth is this. And the truth is probably funnier than the joke I've written. The truth is you couldn't tell if she was a little person or not because she was kind of curvy.
Right.
And she was right on the cusp. So
it's 4'11".
Mateo, yes. She was literally it was 4'11 and a half. So people were like, is she a little person? I'd be like, I don't know. So I have jokes about her being a little person and us being the same height. But the truth is visually, you can't quite tell. And it's fucking weird because you can't.
Does he still talk to Carol?
No, she turned out to be fucking nuts, moved, and then she moved, and now she's in a relationship with women. My father and I have similar tastes, and we,
Psycho
yes,
women.
and I had this great therapist I had in Boston said, she goes, because after Carol was someone else, then someone else, then someone else, then someone else, then someone else, and then the crazy of all the crazy, this fucking psycho person. I don't say the word crazy lightly because it's dismissive. This woman was truly awful because she wasn't just crazy, she was mean. Her name
What kind of person is your dad to be able to go with these types of women? Because I'm imagining white wasp, quiet.
Well, the thing is my stepmom now is one of the most wonderful people I've ever met.
Do you think he's cheating on her?
No, and I've asked him because the thing is, so after crazy Cynthia, Cynthia was nuts. My dad was single for a little while, and then what am I talking about? No, he wasn't. He wasn't single at all. Is
he a monogamous? Is he like a relationship
There's
guy?
always an overlap.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, ding, ding, ding.
Mm-hmm.
But my stepmom now is smart, independent. My dad would always be
so she's
buying women a lot of stuff. No, but she's super gay friendly. She's so fucking cool, and they've been together a long time, and I remember my dad now doesn't cheat on her. I mean, he's never cheated on her. He was like, I'm actually
How old
really
is he
in
now?
love. Well, that's so funny you asked that. My mom's like, yeah, he doesn't cheat on her because he's tired.
Yeah.
He's 72.
Oh, he's not cheating on anyone.
But he
cheating.
I swear
you can't cheat if you can't get it up.
My dad, I'm sure he still does.
I'm teasing.
I just got a feeling. But he I have no doubt doesn't cheat on her, and he totally is in love with her, and she likes him for the right reasons.
Isn't it weird that we're able to talk about our parents so adult-like?
Yeah.
I mean, you are talking about your dad's cheating history.
Right.
And it's like nothing.
And I love...
None of it bothers you? Like, none of it?
It did. For years, I was so angry at him. But the thing I've noticed, too, because now I've been in a relationship with a lot of people who don't talk to their parents. And that's something I want to change. Because a lot of... It's tough. Because if someone has abandonment issues and it carries over into the current relationship, that can be hard. And then I'll feel bad, so I'll, like, put up with stuff I shouldn't. It's like a whole thing. But with my dad, I always would be angry about him cheating. But what makes me still think he's a good parent is I think the biggest thing parents can have is like desire to be in their kid's life. My dad always like wanted to be like, I never questioned if my dad super loved me. He just also loved going online and meeting women. But people are
so did you.
But so did I.
Yeah.
And then after crazy fucking Cynthia, I had a stepmom because there was people I was dating and she goes, "You're recreating your relationship with Cynthia with these women." I said, "Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I am."
How
Yep.
long was he with Cynthia for?
He was with her for a couple years, and this woman was fucking nuts. She definitely had like borderline personality something.
Yeah.
And she would lie, and then like there would be times where there's a couple times I remember like watching TV with her, and she'd go, I was married to that person. I go, "What person?" "This is a fictional character." She goes, "I was married to them." And I go, "It's a fictional character." She goes, "I had 2 kids with them." And I'm like, "Are you crazy?" And I'll be like, "Look, you're having an episode right now. You're crazy." And then she'd be like, "How dare you say I'm crazy?"
You said that to her?
Towards the end I would, because this, and then all of a sudden she'd be quiet for a minute and then not remember it even happened. And I was like,
why would your dad even find her and marry her?
Well, so I was angry.
Marry.
Well, he didn't marry her paperwork. He gave her a huge, giant wedding engagement ring and never signed the paperwork.
What does
Thank
your dad
God.
do for a living?
He's a math teacher, but he's like really smart with his money.
I was like a math teacher.
He invests a lot.
And then he got $1,000 loan.
He is so smart he's so good at like budgeting and money. He built his house, he saves his money, and then he invests it well. He's very different from like he loves Sam's Club. Have you ever been to Sam's Club?
I have no idea what Sam's Club
It's
is.
this-
I know what I've seen it.
It's where you
but
buy like 70 tubs of mayonnaise for no
who
reason.
needs 70 tubs of mayonnaise?
My dad, for no
Who?
reason. Any
What is
condiment
he?
you
He's
need.
72?
He needs the tubs for the years.
72 tubs for mayonnaise.
He's just very, like, he's so, like, budget-oriented. You know, everything's within the budget.
That's like that Joan Rivers joke. She's like, "Who are you making sandwiches for? God? You don't need 72 large jars of mayonnaise. You're not going to make it to the goddamn checkout counter, you old crumb." That's Joan. That's how
That's a
she
great
opened her
joke.
shows. Oh, she's so
That's
funny.
so
She
great.
goes, "Everyone should be shot at 75. You'll get great apartments."
See, I am looking forward to be 75 because I hope I could just, like, sit back and chill. And I'm hoping I'm with someone I like at that point. It's probably going to be us doing this.
You know what's so funny is I was talking to my therapist and he was talking like, "Well, how do you envision yourself in the future?" And it was, of course, I'm like, "In Italy, painting." He's like,
Yeah.
"Why didn't you say with someone?"
Oh,
And I
fuck
was
off,
like,
therapist. What? That's a shade? Is he throwing shade at you?
I don't even know if you knew what the word shade meant.
Why not with someone? I don't know, hoe bag.
I didn't think about it. I don't know. I'm trying to be happy for myself.
Yeah.
There's too many mixed
Dick
messages. You have to be an independent woman, but also be in love with someone.
I love that that's
can't-
the message that you're receiving.
I can't.
Be
Well,
an
because every
independent
song
woman.
is like, "Independent woman, I do
Right.
it by myself." And then it's just like, you know, I guess when I try and be independent, it's like, you need someone.
That is
You're
such a
fucked
good
up.
point. That's
yeah,
such a
there's
good point.
Music is too many mixed messages.
That's funny.
I also realized that my mother, without her knowing, has raised me codependent because
Did you discover this in therapy?
no, I discovered this on my own.
Oh, that's
and
so
I'll tell you
interesting.
why. Because I grew up literally. I have 22 first cousins growing
Right.
up, and they're all the same age, and we're always together. There was not a day that went by. Ask any of my cousins. There's not a day that goes by that we're not always together. Always together. Like we call ourselves the wolf pack. One moves in one room, we all follow the other room.
And out of 22, there's always going to be someone to spend time with. So you're not spending time alone. Whereas
I would never spend time alone.
Me as a kid, I was always fucking alone. Because
Never.
my sister was with my mom, and then my dad lives in the middle of the woods in Maine. He's got 60 acres because he started buying an acre a year when he was in college for like $100. So he's just accumulated all this land. So I'd be out in the middle
And
of
now
Maine.
he goes by barbecue. I'm out. I mean, the thing is, like, I was telling my friend Evan Williams, we have to get on the show, and I
Yes.
was like, I you know, like when we lived with each other, I would just like be in the same room as him and Felicia, his wife, and like I just like he would get anxious like if there's too many people in the room. Like
Right.
Felicia's Mexican, so
Which I understand.
Her childhood was very similar to mine.
Right.
Just like constant people, blah, blah. So my cousin would come over, her sister would come over, and all of us would just be together. You just want to be together.
Right.
Doesn't mean I have to talk to you. I just want to be next to something.
Right.
I'm like a dog
Right.
who doesn't want to leave the room if everyone else is not there. So I'm like realizing that I'm like kind of codependent.
That's
but then
interesting.
I'm home alone. And this week I have been watching every Christmas movie possible. I'm really...
Are you okay when you're home alone?
I'm fine, but I've listened to a lot of podcasts or Howard Stern or
Right.
television because I want to like hear talking.
I feel like
so
that's
I'm
pretty
better when
common.
I'm busy.
Right. I
But
get that
then
too.
Evan's like, you need a relationship. And I was like, well, yeah,
Right.
of course I do.
Thanks for the feedback.
I know. There's a guy in Montreal who I think I'm actually in love with.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I would marry him.
Have you talked about him
Oh,
before?
I've never talked about it on this podcast. No, we met once on like we met on Instagram. You know what I'm saying. And but then like we chat with each other, and then we were actually in Florida for the same time at the same night.
Oh,
and like
perfect.
we like ran out to meet each other, and I just like forever I would marry him. But he had like a boyfriend, and then they just broke up. But now he's single again.
You knew he had a boyfriend when you met up in Florida?
He hadn't had one then, and then we were planning on meeting each other. Like I was gonna fly to Montreal, but
Right.
then he like had like this guy, but then they just broke up. But part of me is like, I would marry him
Now,
This man I'd
and
marry.
How often do you guys talk?
every other day. It's just sort of like I keep telling him like I'm gonna marry you. That's what I say to him.
Right. And what does he say?
He goes, okay.
Pretty romantic.
I know, but it's also just like we understand that from a distance.
Ooh, that's the thing. That's the thing with distance. That is like. It's really hard.
Because if they try and actually, like this guy in Brazil that I talked to, I'm really like showing my true colors. This guy in Brazil I talked to is really handsome and nice and sweet. Like, there's just that border, that country border, it makes it so easy because, like, the second they're like, let's meet, I'm like, borders can't meet you!
Right.
I mean, it's just like,
Totally.
Yeah, oh, yes.
It's also. I think when you're in a long distance thing, it puts a lot of pressure on when you do see each other because you hype it up so much.
I've done it. I went to Paris where this Brazilian guy was and stayed with him for a week.
Right.
But he's, like, so nice and wonderful, and I was kind of a piece of shit.
It's a lot of
Because I get, like,
pressure.
in my head.
Right. Especially when you're like out of your element and seeing the person, it's really tough.
Can you imagine? I met one guy on a Tinder date in New York. We kind of had sex, and I was like, good enough for me. So
What
I
is kinda
flew
had
out
sex?
to. We just like did everything, but no pun intended.
Right.
But he was great.
And then you flew out to see him.
Juarez.
I think that's totally normal.
Maybe
I'm not
maybe
the one
it
to
is. I
be-
mean, it was an expensive hookup,
Right.
But
I
I
was-
got to speak French and eat good food and have
Yeah, and also you're
sex
going to a
and-
place you wanted to be at anyway. You weren't like going to the middle of like you
Middle
weren't, like,
East.
right? Or even that would be kind of interesting.
My friend Henry lives in Palestine, and I was like, I don't even know how I would begin to go there. One, I don't even know if I'd want to, but two, like, how does an American even begin to go visit someone who lives in Palestine?
I had a thing for a little bit because I was hosting once, and someone said they're from Palestine, and I blanked and went, "Cool, what street?" Son of a bitch.
I was
Be
so
annoyed
sick
with.
last week, I said no to a press junket gig where I would have had to interview Zac Efron and Hugh Jackman.
You said no.
I said no, I didn't feel well. What? But also, I didn't.
I would do
no.
anything to Zac
Because
Efron?
let me tell you how this goes.
You must have been so sick.
I'm not that into Zac Efron, but once you
Why?
get into a fight with Vanessa Williams on the red carpet, you lose your like high for talking to celebrities, okay? And I would have had
That
to
was
sit,
her. It wasn't you.
No, I would have had to sit there for 12 hours. I would have had to go in for 12
Okay.
hours, sit down and ask stupid questions. You guys, it's so awesome to see. First of all, I don't give a shit about either one of them. And frankly, I want to tell you, Jackman, your last performance in the last X-Men movie was embarrassing for everyone.
Him, I'm less invested in, but Zac Efron is like the perfect male
No,
specimen.
I like them all. They're wonderful, talented, nice
How does
guys.
he get his body to look like that?
I think there's medication involved.
You think?
I mean, I don't think
It's-
that can't just be chicken and rice.
I actually, funny you mentioned that. I watched a YouTube video where he said he puts chicken in a blender and drinks it sometimes because he's so sick of eating chicken that to get his protein, he'll blend the freaking chicken.
You know what? At this point,
And when I listened to that, I was literally eating a donut.
oh, a donut sounds so
I
good
know.
right now.
He was I was like, do you ever do this where like I'll like Google like health and wellness stuff and I'll think that by
I've never
virtue
Googed.
of me watching health and wellness stuff
You'll get
that I'm
health
doing
and
something
wellness?
healthy. So I'll
By
like eat
osmosis?
chips. Yeah, and like listen to them talk about being healthy and I'll be like, oh, makes sense. Crunch,
haven't-
crunch, crunch.
I honestly don't watch health video stuff. I just
That's
don't
because you
care.
actually do it.
No,
you work
I don't.
out.
I work out.
You
but
work out. You see a therapist. I like complain about
I
substance
can't believe
abuse.
you don't see a therapist. Have you ever seen a therapist?
Yes. And I saw an amazing one in Boston. I've seen some that were okay. I've seen some that were bad. And then I saw this amazing one in Boston. But I'm getting health insurance January 1st, and I'm going to start seeing a therapist
I need to get health insurance. Oh, I need I need help from one of our listeners. I need 17,000 MQMs on Delta. Someone, how do I get them?
I don't think you can ask that.
Someone, how do I get them? I don't know what to do. I'm going to lose my gold medallion status.
Oh, that is tough. Maybe my mom can help you.
How?
She has tons of frequent flyer points because she goes to Peru a lot to do
Delta?
weaving. She goes on Delta and American.
Would she just give me 17,000?
I don't know. Can't hurt to ask. So I was in a room with my mom and I was talking to Mateo and I go, Mateo said, say hi to your mom. So I go, Mom, Mateo says hi, and she goes, okay. I was like, no, you say hi back. And she's like, I meant hi back. I meant hi back. She's such a friendly person, but she comes across as not friendly in some way. She's like, okay.
I need to. I don't even know what she looks like.
Really?
I have no idea what your mom looks like. Can you show me a picture of Susan?
She's not the author. There's an author named Susan Cheever that I am like.
Don't say her last name.
Don't.
Well, is she on Facebook or anything?
She is, but she doesn't check it. You know.
I mean, that's me. I don't check my Facebook either. I'm over Facebook.
Yeah, she doesn't. She never checks her Facebook. Happy Hanukkah, by the way, to anybody
happy
listening.
Hanukkah,
because
everyone.
I don't, everyone is always happy, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Oh,
there needs to be more Happy Hanukkahs.
December 18th at Club Cummings in New York City, I'm doing a Christmas show with Melissa Villasenor, who's on Saturday Night Live, and Henry Kapersky, who's amazing.
Amazing.
Not the guy you're thinking of, another guy who's on piano.
Okay.
And we're doing a Christmas show at Club Cummings. It's a benefit show for LGBT youth, so everyone come.
Lovely. And are you guys singing all Christmas songs?
Yeah.
Stuff?
I'm singing Christmas solos.
Is Melissa Jewish?
No, she's Mexican.
Oh.
So we're gonna both, because I'm Mexican, we're both gonna sing Feliz Navidad.
Love it.
And we're gonna do a duet as Owen Wilson and Liza Minnelli.
Hilarious. She's doing Owen Wilson, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Her Owen Wilson is really, really good.
I don't even know how she does it.
Yeah,
the whole face changes.
She's so good at it. I'll post a picture of my mom for people to
I
see.
want to talk about one of my Christmas mornings.
Oh, please.
That I remember.
Yeah, what was your best Christmas?
When we and back in those days, we used to live in the MGM homes, and I remember my father, Vincent Minnelli, who was a director, said, "Liza, I made some hot chocolate. It's gonna be a lot of fun."
I'm showing Mateo a picture of my mom.
Well, she looks a lot like a painter.
She is a painter.
Is she really?
Well, she's a weaver.
What?
She's a weaver. It's funny because people always think I'm Swedish, which I'm not. But my mom's profession is she's a Swedish weaver. It's a kind of pattern that you do on weaving. Like literally, she has a loom and weaves.
Does she like it?
And yes, and her business card, not making a joke, 100% dead serious. She tells my sister, who's a graphic designer, she goes, "I need business cards. I need it to say my name, Susan Cheever." My sister's like, "I'm fully aware of your name." She's like, "I need to say my name, Susan Cheever. Also, hand weaver." And my sister was like, "You want your business card to say Susan Cheever, hand weaver?" And she goes, "Yes." She's like, "Well, she's like, that might come across as a joke." She's like, "What's funny about my profession?" I says, "No, it
rhymes.
Susan Cheever, hand weaver. It rhymes a little bit."
There's a grocery store and my family owns a vacation home in Galena, Illinois, and there's a grocery store.
21 Cousin in conjunction.
Yes.
Wow.
And there's a grocery store called Dick's, and my grandma refuses to call it that. She calls it Richards. And they have insider cards at grocery stores. They literally have a Dick's insider card.
Oh no!
Yes, they do. We have a picture of it and everything.
That's too funny.
My grandma's she'll be like, "Let's go to Richards."
You mean Dick's?
She'll be like, "No,
the cock store."
Like, "Grandma, you mean Dick's?" She goes, "I'm not calling it Dick's." Meanwhile, my grandma wanted a photo. So the second she met Evan Williams, she wanted a photo of Anthony Weiner's dick.
Oh my God! Now there's this lumber place called Dyke's Lumber, and I always think it's funny. I'm like, that's funny.
Why?
People are like, why? I'm like,
what's the origin of dyke? That word. What does that mean?
Flannel.
No, it doesn't. What is that word?
No, I don't know.
Wait,
I think it's Latin for flannel. I hate the word dyke.
Why?
I don't like that word at all. It makes me uncomfortable. Well, I don't know. I don't like it. It makes me feel like it's an icky.
I'm looking up the origin of that word.
The origin of dyke.
Originally meant to be a slur, it has been reclaimed by lesbians who might use it to identify themselves as other lesbians. What does the original dyke? What does the original word mean?
We've been getting messages from some lesbians, which we really appreciate, and also, lesbians or queer, bisexuals or whatever you are, or bisexuals. What's up? But queers, whatever. Let us. What's the best way to be called?
It was slang for From the mid 19th century to 20th century, dyke had been American slang for a well-dressed man with
What?
a diked out and out on a dike,
No.
indicating a young man was in his best clothes and ready for a night on the town. But I don't understand why they would have dike
Because
lumber.
then it's
That's
well,
even more.
That is even more
that's
bizarre.
like a joke.
I don't know. It's pretty fucking funny, but also okay. So a dike is also referred to as like a large body of sand. So in the
What?
listen to this is funny. If you Google it, I mean I'm praying because my mom would refer to it. There's where we would in the summertime we would go to Cape Cod and there was like a quote unquote like it's called a sand spit, but my mom would call it the dike and she'd be like, "This morning I'll be swimming out to the dike." And then as I got older, I was like, all right, let's just
Dunes?
like change
You
it.
mean the dunes?
It's sand spit dunes, I guess, but
I think it's the sand dunes.
Well,
like you
she
fly
would-
swim out to the dunes, not the dike.
well, it gets worse because she'd be like, "I'm just gonna swim over to the sand dike and put my toes in it to see the temperature," and I'd be like, "All right, I'm gonna go eat lunch, a picnic on the dike."
She
And I'd
did
be
not
like,
say that.
I swear on her.
Look
she
at the
said that.
picture on Wikipedia
And
for
it's one of those
dike.
moments where you're like you need someone else to be there to be like someone needs to witness my mom like making a tomato cream cheese sandwich being like, "I'm gonna bring this and eat it on the dike." And I'd be like, oh, this can't just be for me. Wow, if you Wikipedia dike, that is like
Describe what they put up.
everything.
That's
I
actually
could
the
hope
dikes
to
on
be.
bikes, which I've seen in Chicago.
Now that gives me social anxiety. Those dikes on bikes give me social anxiety.
Right. Well,
I don't know. They
I don't
stress
like
me out.
motorcycles. It's loud
They make
and
me
scare
nervous. They stress me out and make me nervous. I'm like, I got to figure out the right term for me. I've been trying to like joke more about like my like feelings about like gender stuff, which I feel like that. Also, this is one thing too. I know it's not the right thing, but anytime like something like obviously is like rude or weird to me, sometimes I'm like, oh, I wonder if it's because I'm gay. Like I can't help but wonder that sometimes.
Like if someone's rude to you because you're gay?
Or if someone is rude to me or something, I'm like, oh, I had this friend.
Well, I think that's your natural disposition. People just inherently
because you're trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah, and that's something that we've both dealt with. So you know,
I had a friend, my good friend in college, was named Shabanya. She was the head of the Caribbean Culture Association, which I was in. Have I told you that
What?
before?
Why? You're from Maine and White.
This is okay. So in college, my good friend lived on my floor. Her name's Shabanya. I was in the Public Relations Student Society, and we did a couple events for the Black Student Organization.
Mm-hmm.
And the Public Relations Student Society, all white girls. Black Student Association, all white girls. No, just kidding. They're all black girls, obviously.
Right.
So we would do their events, and then the president took me aside, and she's like, "Look, like, would you just want to do it? Like, it's too much, like, working with all of them." So I was like, oh, totally. So I leave Public Relations Student Society and just started doing, like, in-house PR stuff for the BSO. Then in that, one of the girls was like, "I'm breaking off. I'm starting a Caribbean Culture Association. We need 5 people to start a group. We don't have 5 girls from the islands. Will you be in it temporarily till we find a girl from the islands?" I'm like, hell yeah. So I join it, and then we never found a girl from the islands. So for 2 years, I was in the Caribbean Culture Association. And at first, people would be like, what? And then it just became like a normal thing. I'm at all the events. The only time it would get weird is when we go to other schools, and they'd be like, what the fuck is like Justin Bieber doing here? Because it's like people from the islands, and they'd be like, she does our PR. And me and Shabanya had like, there was one time something, a racist incident happened on campus, and she wanted to issue a statement, and she's like, "You're the PR person, you write it out." I'm like, "I gotcha, you just tell me what to say, we will communicate it." And she goes, "You tell those motherfuckers, you say, what's a motherfucker?" And she was like using the N-word to do. I was like, "I can't even type that though." And she's like, "You're transcribing for me, you're writing for me." I'm like, all right.
Oh my God.
So she was pissed. Something fucked up happened on campus. There was a Caribbean culture event on campus, and like maybe in the city of Boston the same night the event happened, there was a shooting. So the school paper wrote that it was connected to the Caribbean culture event. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. They had a dance that night, and that happened in the city. You know what I mean? Like, meh. So she had me issue a statement, and she was like, "Tell them that what I want to know is, do I need to be hanging from a tree for you to take racism seriously?" And I was like, "Shabani, I can't write that." And she was like, "What?"
I feel like you shouldn't even be saying this right now.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I can't say it. So I said that I couldn't write it, and she was like, "Are you going to be a part of silencing me?" And I was like, "I'll write it." And then, I was her PR person, so I was like, "I don't think, though, that we should put this out." And then she was like, "I want to say something." So she ended up having a town hall saying it. She said it beautifully and eloquently. And we were like BFFs in college. I was the fucking PR
Do you still
person.
talk to her?
We've lost touch, but this was a beautiful thing. In the beginning of the relationship, she's like, "I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't know many gay people, and it like makes me a little uncomfortable about your lifestyle." And I was like, "What lifestyle?" Like my lifestyle of being like a fucking idiot, because there's nothing to do with me being gay. And she's like, "All right." And then we would go like watch TV shows and stuff. And I remember I would point out stuff. We would talk about like race and gender stuff, and it was interesting. And then by the end of the friendship, she was studying to be a judge. She goes, I'm going to deal with domestic violence. And I go, oh yeah, like husband and wife stuff. And she goes, or wife on wife, or husband to husband. You don't know who's committing violence. I was like, thanks, Shabanya. And then I was dating someone, and she's like, watch out for that girl. She seems quiet and sneaky. I want you to get a good girl. And then it was touching.
So what about you said let's go back to your gender
Problems.
Yeah, I want to know, I want you to get into that.
Just having issues.
Like what?
Well, actually, my gender issues aren't even coming up, but I feel like I don't even know how to have sex anymore.
Why? Okay, sex how? Like at your position? Like, okay.
I literally have I used to be. Back in the day.
What were you doing back in the day? That's
everything. I was killing it. I was a fucking stud muffin.
Physically, what were you doing?
Oh, the works.
And then
I used to go meet this girl. She worked at this big finance office. I used to go meet this girl. I would take her into the bathroom where she worked at this like fancy hotel, and I would have her put her like hands up against the bathroom stall, and I'd fuck her in the ass with this like sex toy and like touch her clit, and then I was like, I'm not going inside your pussy, I'm just doing ass and clit stuff, and I'd make her like come like that, and then have her sit on the floor and come,
Emma.
and then I'd like smack her, and then
this was
we'd
at
leave.
the Container Store.
No, it was at this fancy building, but that's when I was killing it.
But let's talk. I want to talk about
and
emotionally
then it's
what's
been
happening to you.
nosediving ever since.
Why?
I don't know how to have sex anymore. I don't know. I feel like
why can't you just keep doing that?
Because you have to find a willing partner, and then like that's a big part of sex is the partner.
Well, yeah, but let's say you find a willing partner, which I'm sure there's plenty of willing partners out there. If you find someone who's into that, then what's the problem? And also, what does that have to do with gender? That's what I want to.
I
that's
guess
what I'm
my
trying
issue
to get
doesn't
at.
have to do. Well, okay, so with that particular partner, she was like really good at like. Okay, like I was in that. I just don't know who the right like identification of a person for me to be with is though, because like lesbians.
Well, what about you? What are you identifying as? Because that might help us solve the problem.
I guess I identify as super queer, like really queer, bordering
like Richard Simmons.
No, I feel like I'm like a 45-year-old businessman. I'm like a straight guy because I always relate to what guys say. I was just talking with a guy the other day. Because somebody asked me this. They go, I got a question. When you go on a date, on the first date, who pays? I said,
that's such a fucking dumb question.
And I said, me. I always pay. I'm the man one. I pay. I'm the man. I open the doors. I carry the luggage. I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. Pay. I'm the man. But then I get annoyed at the girl because 5 months in, after I've been paying the whole time, I want her to like chip in for something. But so I'm like, no, you gotta like contribute in some way. So as the man, it's like I do all the stuff, but then I get annoyed when they don't do anything. But the Boston girl's very into like 50-50
I want to dip back into what we talked about like a couple episodes ago.
Are you the man in your relationships? Is that problematic of me even to say?
No, what I'm asking is, do you feel I
feel more like a man than a woman, but I don't even. But
then let's talk about transgender.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm so screwed up. I don't even know what's what right now. Like I gotta tell you this. Also on Monday night, I did something.
Did you drink?
Yep.
Emma, why?
Because I was so. There's no reason.
Yes, but that triggers. That's like.
Here's the long answer is this. The long answer is because I haven't been doing stuff to like have like health and balance and like all that stuff. So it was like the culmination of all that.
You're also in a relationship that you shouldn't be in, and you've kept yourself in it way longer than you should have, and so it's not allowing you to be emotionally evolving.
Right,
and
I've
so
got a lot of chaos going on.
You may be emotionally oppressed.
Right, and we're not together, but we still live together. So there's
that's all that.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like when you're living with toxic energy. Right? And I'm not saying that this person is toxic. I'm saying
she's not.
The
it's
relationship.
The combination. Yeah,
correct.
Of course. Yeah.
When you're living with that and you know you don't have a safe haven to go to, everything else outside of you starts to become less clear.
Right. And especially when you're I feel like being in entertainment definitely doesn't help because it's
today is the 13th. You're supposed to be moving into a new place in 2 days.
Yeah, I'm going to Park Slope. Get this.
Don't tell people where you're going.
Oh, well, just Park Slope in general.
Okay.
Surprise. Get this.
A coffee person in Park Slope at the Swedish coffee shop heard my voice and said, oh my God, are you Mateo Lane? I said, yes. She goes, I listened to yours and Emma's podcast.
Well, hello.
Right by Union Hall. I forgot her name, but hello to her.
She recognized you from your voice. Isn't that's hilarious?
Isn't that wild?
That's happened to me with Wake Up with Taylor, and it's
Chicago voice.
Yeah, they're like, are you Emma Willman? I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Someone recognized me from Ghost Hunt last night. night.
Really?
I was getting empanadas with Monet Exchange and Patty, and this woman comes up to me, she goes, "Are you the host of Ghost Hunt?" I was like,
Hell yes, I am.
5.35 million views.
Wow. That's crazy.
Isn't that
There's got to be a
wild?
husband in that bunch.
I know. Guys We Fucked is trying to find me. I want to go back to this.
Yeah.
We're going off
Also,
the rails
God
here.
bless the Guys We Fuck girls. They're so inspiring.
God bless
They're buddies of ours. They're so
America.
inspiring. They did things the right way.
I love
and
them.
I'm so fucking proud of them.
But can we talk? Can we talk?
We talk.
Okay. Have you ever thought about...
Transitioning?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
And I'm only asking that because this is multiple times you've brought it up.
No, I have, but we got a couple roadblocks here.
Right.
One, I forget to take my Adderall, obviously. I forget to take my vitamin E oil.
It's not about
I don't
you
even
forgetting.
remember to floss my teeth and brush my
But
face.
Emma,
Floss my teeth and brush my face. I just said floss my teeth and brush my face. I am not responsible enough to take the hormones.
But
I just said brush my face.
Emma, this is what my therapist would say, is that
Brush my face.
you're avoiding. Because forgetting to do stuff doesn't have to do with the need. Do you see what I'm saying? The need and the wants of transitioning has nothing to do with how forgetful you are. That's an excuse. So what I'm saying is the core value of you and what your needs and wants are, regardless to how forgetful you are, whether you're brushing your face,
Right.
has this been something that you've thought about?
Of course.
Take out?
Tons of times. And
Okay.
to the point where it actually, because I'd say, I forget what it was, I was with that amazing, wonderful, inspiring person who was definitely more straight.
Susan Boyle.
Daniela. That was this girl I dated. She was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But she was definitely more straight because there's been two long relationships I've had which have not been very sexual. And I think it's because both the people were more straight. And when I get into it, I'm like, I'm basically trans. I like to, be seen like that. And then it's like, no problem. But then at a certain point, it it's different than being with like a penis man. So then I feel like that does.
Yeah, but
create
it doesn't
roadblocks.
have to do with having a penis. It has to do with the feeling on the inside. I don't know why I'm
Right.
explaining this.
But no,
to you.
but but I feel like I don't know if I would trust myself enough to try to take. I mean, taking hormones and all that stuff. Yeah, it could be good, but I've got so much stuff going on. I don't even know. What do you think would happen with career?
You'd probably blow up.
You think so?
But you can't be like that.
I forget
you
to
can't
take them. I have no
It
doubt.
doesn't mean you're not transgender, even if you forgot to take them.
Right.
And I'm not
that's
implying
true.
you're transgender. I'm
well,
saying
I definitely am something. Yeah, definitely something. Maybe I should try to start, but because I definitely relate to guys 100% more.
Which there's also, I think we can celebrate too the fact that you relate more with a certain energy, and it doesn't.
Yeah, the man one.
And yeah, and
I couldn't believe that someone said who pays in the first day. I said, well, me. I'm the man.
so I shouldn't open doors for you.
Oh no, you can. I like that too. Guess what happened in L.A.
What happened?
Well, I wouldn't
Another straight man hit on you.
If the girl did that, if a girl opened the door for me, fine. If it was just a fluke,
I'm almost a woman.
which is great. That if a girl that I was dating opened the door for me, okay, fine. Maybe they just got to it first. But if they shuffled ahead to get the door, nah, man.
What is that?
I'd say, hold on, sweet tits, I got it, and then they'd go. Huh?
See, last night I was with my friend Monet.
I opened the door. I'm the man.
Last night I was with my friend Monet, full drag, and I keep forget. This is how often I'm hanging out with drag queens that I forget they're in drag.
Oh,
When we're
so
walking
funny.
around, we're having a normal conversation, and people's eyes and heads, and I mean, it's like. People everywhere are just looking there. They come to the table. When you're with a drag queen, people just come
course.
to the table. And
I'm putting on a show.
I completely forget.
That's funny.
Even though the night before Monet and he was in boy clothes and we played Super Smash Bros. Till 3 a.m.
Ooh.
And the next day, 9 feet tall, wig, heels,
You're just
tuck
used to it.
dick, and I forget.
And then people are reacting to them totally differently when they're in drag.
Oh my god, when you're and the thing I hated too is my makeup for when I did drag, and I should have Monet do it. When I did drag for Molly Austin's pilot, which the pilot was so much fun, but the drag makeup wasn't so good.
Right, they didn't know how to.
They didn't know how to
that.
do drag.
Right.
So I was mad because I knew what real drag makeup
Right.
looked like, and then I walk out and people do treat you differently. They're like, "Ooh, fabulous," and I want to be like, "Not with this makeup."
Right, this is not fabulous.
Right.
I guess
The wig was good.
Right. When people are probably being supportive, which is much better than people being not supportive.
I just think that if you had a therapist, you
I
could
do
sit
need to
down
get a
and
good
talk
therapist.
about. Go to my
You know
guy.
what I'm so scared of? I'm petrified that I'm going to see a therapist, and through talking to a therapist, it's going to come out that I shouldn't be doing entertainment. That's what I'm freaked out about.
No. You go to my therapist. He only sees comedians.
Yeah, I should. Okay, your therapist. Yeah, I would be open to seeing him again.
Or I would say go see a therapist so you can talk about these issues. Someone who, I'm not saying you're transgender.
Right.
But I'm saying is you yourself feel that you feel more masculine energy, but you don't know where to place those feelings,
Right.
and now it's affecting your sex life, which I also think has to do with your home.
Yeah, I actually think that my sex life and relationships are less about me, the gender stuff, which would, well, yeah, right. That definitely affects relationship stuff too. But I would say the main roadblocks in relationships, yeah, probably my living situation, my schedule. Also, it's
You
like,
and I have a very similar schedule, so what I'm saying is, like, I don't resort to drinking sometimes. So that's
Right.
something that you have to stop
but I've got
doing.
addiction problems, so that
Yes,
is
you
why
do.
I would be.
Like, we were at the
even
cellar.
with sugar, I have problems with sugar.
Well, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
We were at the cellar the other night.
Yep.
I got cheese. No, there was the dough ice cream
Literally,
place brought
cookie dough,
Yeah, cookie
is
dough.
on the motherfucking table.
And I had a morsel of it, and I was like, that's enough for me.
Right. Now, I didn't touch that, but the reason is because I had eaten 2 pies, not whole pies, mini pies.
Right.
They're just mini pies, vegan.
What kind of pie?
Vegan and gluten-free. I had a lemon lime
These aren't
tart
pies.
and a coconut one. But
I don't like coconut.
It's not about why you do, it's not about what you're doing, it's about why you do it.
So, but you were saying that you're addicted to sugar because you asked
right.
the table, you're like, don't you want to keep eating this because it's so full of sugar?
Yeah, because also, like, the second I'll have some sugar, I'll want more. If I'm in a healthy balance place, I don't have that affinity towards sugar. Now,
Right.
Robin, who we had on, and she talks about this openly, she is very open, like, sugar is her thing. My thing of choice wouldn't necessarily be sugar.
What's the thing you crave?
The most, I guess, snorting Adderall, drinking.
Emma, I was talking about, like, food.
Oh, food.
Snorting Adderall?
Yeah, I haven't done that in years, but I loved it.
That's just cocaine.
Yeah, but I've never done coke. But
Why don't you just take the pill?
I do?
It's
now.
even easier
But
to do.
I used to snort Adderall back in the day.
For what? What does it make you
I
feel?
would
I
do
haven't
it-
even done coke. I've
never
barely
done coke.
pot.
And both of us aren't good with pot.
I called it
'cause
pot.
Yeah, we called it the pot.
What are you supposed to call it?
Oh,
Weed? Marijuana?
So-
the Mary Jane?
When we-
the green grass?
When we were
The
talking,
dragon?
when we were talking about doing pot, my friend was like, when you're in LA, we were talking about this because she'd asked, when you're in LA, can you get me some pot? And both you and I were like, no, we're not transporting the pot. So I told her, I was like, I can't bring you
Which
pot.
by the way, that makes me mad that someone would ask that question.
Well, I don't have a problem with pot. So if it was just,
I mean, to transport drugs in the airport, fuck you. Go get your own goddamn drugs.
she was totally cool when I said no to it. But
it makes me mad.
So I was like, no, I can't do it. And then they had some like weed delivery thing where they like bring you cookies and oil. And I was like,
No, thank you.
So I said no.
No, thank you.
Then the last day
I already look like Jafar.
Right.
I'm not going through the airport with pot.
Right. They asked me on the last day of set. Someone gave weed's legal in I almost said weed's legal in marijuana. I'm having a day. Weed's legal in California. So someone gave me a joint on the last, and I was like, oh, a joint? And they're like, yeah, great working with you. Here's a present. So I was like, I should just bring the joint.
No.
Now I didn't. So I brought it with me in the Uber, and then I started getting scared, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to put this in my butt. That's what I thought. I was like, I'm gonna have to put it in my butt.
Throw it out.
And then I was like, wait, why am I gonna put something up in my butt? Just to bring
And no
a joint?
plastic over it?
Well, I would have put in some plastic.
And
But
also,
still.
who wants to smoke pot that's been up your ass?
Also, we know that I would do it
We'd
wrong.
know.
I mean, I would
Of
do it wrong.
course you'd
I
do
would
it
get
wrong.
into the airport. I'd feel like everyone knew. I'd be like, you're right. I got weed in my butt.
And
they'd
then
be
what
like-
would they say if they're like, ma'am, we have weed in your butt?
I'd be like, I
You'd be
know
like-
I do. I'm fucked up. I didn't have a full-on breakdown. I'm dyslexic. I'm dyslexic and I don't know what's going on. They'd
How
be like,
often do you cry?
well, I hadn't recently, but I hadn't for a while, but recently I have been. But so I just took the joint and I put it in the Uber, and then I jumped out of the Uber and said, there's a joint in the back, and then I ran to the airport.
Can I ask you, when you drank on Monday or
Yeah.
whenever, how much did you drink?
I had 4 beers, and I've got to tell you this.
4 beers. You're a
6,
tiny girl.
6.
Emma.
But here's the thing. So I got sick, and it wasn't fun. It was not in a good, but I got sick later in the hotel room. But so did the showcase. I actually have friends in LA. In New York, I don't have that many friends. So I had 3 friends that I ended up hanging out with, and we had a great time. Now, one of them knows that I don't drink, and the other 2 didn't know why the third one was being weird. 'Cause she was like, Emma, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm drinking wine. I flew all the way out to LA. I got treated by the showcase, shit by the people that are.
Well, why don't you
know.
have someone you can call to say, I feel like I'm going to drink?
I do. I just didn't call them.
Why didn't you?
Because I just didn't want to deal
Why
with
didn't
it.
you call me?
There's lots of people I could call.
Why would you call?
Actually, I even talked to 2 of them, but then
Am I shaming you?
no. But this is the thing. The thing with like drinking and getting healthy or any kind of substance thing and then getting healthy, there are a lot of like setbacks in it. So now for me, like the jig of drinking
Well, I know about
is
setbacks.
fun, not fun. So now it's like, okay, it's not like I'm like gonna go off in a bender. It's like that sucked. It's not fun for me anymore. So now it's like I got to figure out, just dealing with it.
When I was at Studio 54,
Yeah, what was your food of choice?
My food of choice was just a little bit of cocaine.
I love that you said, what's your, and I said, snorting Adderall.
I know, I was like,
Ugh.
I was going to say, if I don't go like 3 days without pasta, I have to make pasta. And you're like, well, snorting Adderall. I'm like, whoa.
What's your, and then also I like dirty, raunchy sex. But then sometimes, like, I feel like...
I mean, I could get into that, but I also have to feel, like, so safe.
Right, me too.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the thought...
then,
like, even that Magic Mike stripper, I wonder if he, like, heard about this. But, like, even that, like, I was, like, in the back of my mind,
Is
I'm
he
like...
dirty?
I was like... I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
But in the back of my mind, I'm like, what am I doing?
Right.
What am I doing?
Sam Morril has a great joke where he talks about coming on his girlfriend's face, and then right after
I
he's
just
like,
saw it.
we are not these kind of
We
people.
are not these kind of people.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that
yeah.
joke.
And then he goes, I got her like a warm hot towel to wipe it off.
Yes.
It's like I gave her a real facial.
I was really just giving her a facial.
Sam
Yeah.
Morril is so funny. He also just shot his Comedy Central special.
He's going to be doing an hour on Comedy Central. Good for
That's
him.
wild.
Now,
I
that's
fucking
someone
love him.
works so hard, writes great jokes, just a good fucking.
I do
former
Joe
comedian.
Mackey impressions for him for his podcast.
Really?
Yeah. And Joe Mackey heard it and thought that it was himself.
Oh, that's special.
Yeah.
That's an Emma Willman move right there.
Well, because it's a perfect Joe Mackey impression.
Really?
Yes, it is.
I hope he gets super famous so then you can do those impressions.
Oh, that sure be a lot of fun. If I could do a Joe Mackey impression and then he could go out and do a gang, that'd be all so great.
That sounds exact. If you listen to Joe Mackey, Google Joe Mackey, M-A-C-H-I. Is that not Joe Mackey?
That's
right?
a really
And
good
I
Joe
love-
Mackey.
So, hey, gang, how's it going? So that's why I talk today about Sam. Sam's the kid, not me. And that's right.
Is that not
That's
Joe
really
Mackey?
good.
Thank you. When I did that, Michelle Wolf's jaw dropped.
Yeah, that's like bizarrely good.
dropped. We have to like end this.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up. So we've got your show, your holiday, your Christmas show.
December 18th at Club Cummings on Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Me, Melissa Villasenor, Henry
SNL.
Kapersky, singing Christmas Time is in the air.
And then what do I have coming up? Just go to the website.
Come see Emma and I at the Cellar.
Yeah, come see us at the Cellar. And we neither of us are on a brunch show soon. But
I am.
Oh,
I
let
got
me tell you
brunch
what.
this Sunday.
I'm there Sunday night. I didn't put in you put in your avails for what days you can do it. I didn't do that for brunch, but I'll come hang out. I'll have coffee and eat.
Yeah, come hang out.
But so if just come to shows or whatever, love to meet you guys. And thank you so much for listening.
Oh my God!
I
and
hope you guys
please,
get as much
someone
out of
give me
this
some
as we do.
MQMs on Delta.
The most specific.
I'm begging you.
This is the most specific request I've ever heard in my life.
If someone, how about this? If someone gives me those MQMs, I will
God.
draw you a picture.
Oh, all right. That's not what I thought you were going to say.
A date? I'll go on a date. Am I whoring myself out?
I mean, I thought you were going to say give him a blowjob.
Emma.
And I was about to go, Mateo.
Emma.
No, but you didn't
What
say
kind
that.
of woman do you think I
I
am?
got confused.
Tweet at me.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thanks, guys. Bye.